I think he's a tit.
I guess as a one...
I think you're supposed to say 10 points to Hufflepuff.
Josh Frydenberg, if you had one word to describe Tony Abbott, and we should leave out the one that some of your colleagues at least would probably give him, and that is doomed.
I think that's a... I mean, to be honest, Tony, you just say that. He's our elected Prime Minister of this country.
No, I said that's what some of your colleagues in the Liberal Party said.
Well, you give me their names and addresses, OK? But the point is, Tony Abbott, if you want to have one word, it's decent. He's a decent guy. The reason, just to elaborate that, because obviously I'm in a minority here. This is a guy who, well before he ventured into politics, was a hard-working member of his local community as an SES volunteer, as a surf lifesaver. He doesn't go out and do that stuff with a camera in tow. He's a father of 3 beautiful girls. He's a happily married husband, and he's a hard worker in this top job.
So just to come back to what I mentioned earlier, and it's a serious point, because how do you explain the fact then that a group of MPs, and to use your own words, dislike him so much that even if he delivered the Gettysburg Address or won the Nobel Prize, they'd still want to get rid of him?
I'd say that's politics, and I'd say that you would find... I mean, after the 6 years of Labor, we saw Rudd and Gillard and the backroom leaks that, you know, may I say, some of my own colleagues are now engaging in.
Is it over?
What's that?
Is it over?
In terms of the destabilisation of the leadership? Probably not. But can Tony Abbott survive and prosper? I think he can.
Jamila?
Do I think Tony Abbott's decent?
No, really. I suppose the question that arose is, what's a word you might use to describe? And ravishing and fascinating have been used up.
Time limited with a hyphen. Does that count? Look, to what Josh just said then, I have no doubt Tony Abbott is a decent guy, but I don't want a decent guy as my Prime Minister. I want someone who is phenomenal. I want one of the best brains in the country. I want someone who can communicate a message and what they want to do, who has a vision for Australia's future. It's awesome that he's a great volunteer in the local electorate. He should go back and do some more of that.
Tricia?
I only have one thing to say, and that is that the tit is a lovely bird.
Yes, fair enough. Andrew?
I mean, I think the events of the last few weeks have been best summed up by that metaphor of the cabinet ministers around Tony Abbott being like a group of 7-year-olds trying to work out how to deal with a brown snake. And the real problem is that even if they do manage to change the leadership, the policies are going to live on. Malcolm Turnbull is wedded to cutting foreign aid. He's committed to a GP tax. He's committed to raising the cost of universities. He's committed to every measure, he says, in that last unfair budget, which took $1.10 from the poorest single parents while making rich singles better off. It's the wrong recipe for an egalitarian Australia. Those sorts of issues that we've been talking about here.
It wasn't really an invitation for a political speech, Chair.